Aries, welcome to October 2018. My name is Colleen and this is my channel, Arcana Rising. Thank you for watching, sharing, and subscribing. Aries, the Ram. So I based this costume, which I'm doing for everyone for October because I love Halloween. This costume is based on the story of the constellation Aries and the Golden Fleece. And it's about this ram who is sent down to save these two kids by Neferli. She's some kind of nymph. She sends this ram in to save her kids from this stepmother that is trying to kill them. And he comes down, he flies down from the clouds. He's this golden ram and rescues these two kids, Phrixus and Helle. Helle falls off of the ram in the process for some weird reason. I don't really know why. But he saves Phrixus. And Phrixus is like, thank you so much. I don't know how to repay you. And then boom, he sacrifices Aries, the ram, to the god Zeus. So his way of thanking him is by sacrificing him, which is very interesting. And it's unknown whether the ram consented to the sacrifice and said it's okay, this is meant to be, or if Phrixus just turned around and like stabbed him, and killed him. So I feel like that applies this month. Let me just say that this is the third time that I'm doing this recording because every time as soon as I finished the reading, my phone crashed. So, I already have the cards laid out. I did in the first reading, I did shuffle, while I was talking, but they're already laid out. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. And this just really ties into what I was saying about the story of Aries the Ram. Oh, and after he's sacrificed, I think his spirit kind of floats up into the sky and becomes the constellation. So that's the ending of it. But the cards laid out here. So it's saying that in the beginning of the month, it is calling you to get yourself organized and get your priorities straight. And it calls you to your priorities and what is important to you throughout this month. And this is something that we should have been working on over the last couple months. What is really important to me, what can fall away, and all of that. Sorry, I just got like a weird fuzzy in my eye. And so, as stabbing my eyeball. Cool. So we're trying to get our priorities straight. And, letting everything else fall away. So that is something that is very important in the first week of October. And it's saying, there's two messages here. It's saying, you're not really sure where you want to go next, so now is the time to get yourself organized and establish, what can stay and what needs to go and where your focus should be placed on next. And it's calling you to really use your imagination this month and let it carry you forward, your imagination, and then apply that to your determination and, put it into action. Put those imaginations in the third week into action and actually, bring it into the physical world, into whatever the something is for you. Because when you do that, it will bring you abundance. This thing that you are placing your imagination, your passions, and your determination in, it's going to reap rewards towards the end of the month, or you'll start to see the fruits of your labor towards the end of the month, where you feel like you can really pat yourself on the back for all of the hard work that you've done. There's also another part to this that is saying that there's the possibility of, if you do not get your priorities straight, there's a possibility of distraction coming in. And to, want to be the person that saves the day. It does show that it works out in the end, but I feel like in going in that direction, we're not really sure. We haven't really worked on our own priorities in the process. So, just like I was saying in the story of Aries the ram flying down from the sky to save the day, here we have the Knight of Cups flying in to save the day. My heart is telling me that this is important, and this is the right thing to do. I'm going to soar in and, save the damsel in distress or anything like that. And in doing that, I see that there are challenges ahead and there's monsters to tackle, and I may have to sacrifice myself in the process. Or sacrifice what I've been working on in the process. But, in putting in this effort into, whatever this may be, you receive thanks from whoever or whatever you are, sacrificing your own, personal work for. It's like you're sacrificing your own personal time to really tackle this issue. So I'm almost like picturing you trying to fix other people's problems for them. And then they repay you, through their gratitude of either like gifts or money or a raise or a promotion or a recommendation or something like that. So it does end up being positive both ways in the end, but it's a different, but I feel like one way is going to repeat itself next month if it's not worked on in the way that it should be. So basically I'm saying is like getting yourself organized and getting your priorities straight. Does this need my attention? Does this need my attention? That is something that is very important this month. And in doing that, then you'll be able to work with your own, your own passions and discover them and bring them out and start, molding them into something real. And then you'll start to reap the rewards of that towards the end of the month. But if you do not take the time to get yourself organized and get your priorities together, you will find something that you can accomplish that isn't really something that could be meant for you. You know what I mean? So it's like, I haven't really focused on myself. I haven't really gotten my shit together. I haven't really gotten myself organized here. But here is this obstacle going on in somebody else's life. I could fix that. Let's go fix that, And then they thank me in the end anyway, and it all works out. But it's like, did you really, are you leveling up in your own life by doing that? And I'm not saying, like, let's be selfish and, like, say fuck you to everybody that needs help. But also, balancing the level of energy that you're putting into other people's problems. So that is a possibility that could come up if you are not properly, working with the energy at hand here, because this month is going to be very fiery, very motivating, a month of action, definitely. And it's like, where are you putting that active energy towards? Or like, what are you putting it towards? Are you putting it towards your own personal development? Or are you putting it towards another person's personal development? You know what I mean? And also knowing that the obstacles that other people are going through are lessons that they need to learn. So don't try to take over the entire thing and just fix it for them. And then, they didn't learn anything from that. So like, giving a certain amount of energy to whatever they are asking your help for, but not completely taking it over for them. So that's also very important, so that you have enough energy left over for yourself to really take yourself to the next level and bring out those passions within you that this world needs. Because Aries is a very, very creative sign, is a very, very creative energy. They're really good at planting seeds and creating, amazing things, but they have a hard time on staying focused on those things that they create. They, because they've got so many creative ideas, it's like, okay, which one do I stay focused on and continue through? Because Aries really has a hard time of finishing what they started. So, and in this, there's a possibility of this distraction being something that takes you away from finishing something that you have started for yourself. You know what I mean? So, that is your message, Aries. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I'm sorry that it's so short, but I really, this is the third time that I have done this reading. So I've like worked out all the kinks, and now it's like, okay, this is your message, which may be something that you guys are desiring at this time. Like, get to the point, like stop dilly-dallying around all this other stuff. Another thing though I did want to say is the way to really work through your priorities and get yourself organized for this month is to keep your focus on what's ahead of you and not on what's behind you. September was a time of really merging our past with our present and future, a merging of who we once were and who we are becoming. And in doing that, we accept all the flaws and the failures and, whatever the negatives of the past. We accept it, we forgive it, we send it love, and that way we can let it go, so that we're creating space and bringing in more hope and determined motivation and excitement for what's coming and in the future. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, instead of looking behind you, let's turn around and look ahead of you. And like, what do you see on your path ahead of you? What's coming up for you? What are you excited for? And build on that excitement using your imagination to really set your sight on amazing things that you can create, because you can create amazing things. And from that, fueling the fire with that passion and with that determination, and really just soaring this month. So it's going to be a very fiery and very energetic and very active month, but making sure that you're directing that energy towards what is important for you, because towards the end of the month you will start to see how what your hard work is bringing you, and it's abundance is coming. And this is the King of Pentacles, which is all about abundance. Pentacles is money, so there's always a possibility of like promotions or raises, or like getting paid, or getting that money for all of that hard work that you've been doing. Or it could come in through other abundant ways of whatever abundance means to you: a family, love, a house. It could be any material objects that you desire could be coming your way towards the end of the month. Something that you've really wanted and you're working hard to get. Whatever it is that you're putting your passion into, maybe you get that towards the end of the month, So this is a very exciting month. Keep your focus on your own priorities, what is important to you, and let's charge ahead with that fiery, passionate energy towards that, and not let ourselves be distracted, towards other things. Put a little bit of energy towards it and help them out with, a little bit, offer advice, whatever, and let them fix it so you can work on you and use this fiery energy to your advantage. Okay, Aries, I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you enjoyed the costume that I did for you guys this month. Please like, share, and subscribe. I send you so much love, And I will see you in November. Happy Halloween. Take care.